fucking hear you.
We are live.
What's up?
All right, here we go, buddy.
Hey, we got the full crew back in here.
Yep, we're all back here.
Hello, I'm
Do.
here.
After an absence.
Yes.
Yep.
I was not
And
on last week.
It's only going to last 2 days this week.
Yes, it
'Cause
is.
then
You
Nick
guys are gonna have
leaves.
to hold down the fort for me starting Friday.
Oh, yeah, you're leaving on Friday.
Leaving on
aren't you?
Friday for
Yep.
Cali. Yep.
Well,
Exciting.
we'll get the full crew for 2 days, and then
Yep.
we'll make it work.
Somebody, if
next
somebody
man up.
does joke of the day next week, they better fucking do it right, or don't do it at all.
You got to send in some jokes for us to do.
don't
Maybe I
know.
will.
Either, I don't know if we can do
Maybe
it
I will.
without you. I mean, it's your thing.
I know you might have to skip
But, like,
it.
if you send us jokes, I mean,
Yeah,
we'll do
maybe.
it, but, like,
Maybe.
that would be weird doing it
It'd
without
be
you.
weird. Yeah, you're right. Maybe we have to skip it next week.
All right, we'll talk
Well,
about it.
yeah, it's in negotiations.
We'll see how the joke of the day goes
yeah,
on
yeah.
Wednesday, and
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
we'll see what we want to do.
That's right. That's right. All right. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. We got episode. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. As soon as you put your hand up, I know where you were going with this.
yeah.
We got episode 402.
Nailed it.
Let's go.
Make sure you like and subscribe. Turn your notifications on. And Johnny is going to talk to you about what's coming out tonight. And we've got a whole bunch of topics to talk about. And I'm sure there'll be some mixture of baseball, basketball, and some other stuff.
Got maybe a little football.
Little football.
I don't even know. Did anything football happen this
Well,
weekend?
one tragic thing happened.
Oh, yeah, Dwayne Haskins.
That was, ugh.
That was brutal.
Oh.
I almost dropped my phone. I was like, what?
Yeah, I was so
Yeah.
surprised.
It's one of those things where it's just like out of nowhere. It's
Mm-hmm.
just like it's not
I,
like
thought I read it wrong. I was
Yeah.
like, what?
yeah. I mean, just tragic. But well, yeah, we'll see. We'll talk about that. But
All right.
Yep.
So that's all we got going on right now.
Yep.
So,
So this is what we got coming out this week. Today we have Sophie's podcast, episode 3 of Sophie's podcast, Breaking Character podcast. So
string, no rope.
string no rope. If you're listening to this as a podcast, don't pause this. Just listen to this whole episode. Then be like, okay, now I gotta go into my feels and listen to Sophie's
Yep.
podcast
That's exactly
and
what it's
have
for.
some therapy. So then you listen to that podcast next. Go subscribe to it right now, though. The Breaking Character podcast is a
don't
great
listen
podcast.
to it yet. Listen to us first.
Exactly.
Put it on your queue.
Exactly. Cue it up.
Seniority first.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we were here first. We've been here for 402 episodes.
Yeah, what the fuck?
She'll get there, but
402 to 3. Last time I checked, that's 399 difference.
she'll get there one day. But
Yeah,
But a bitch ain't one. I got 99 problem, but a ain't one.
like you censored it the second time through. And then tomorrow we got a Lumberland Learns video. Lumberland learns how to paint. That was
That's
I
hysterical.
was
Big
not here for that
Big
one.
Nick had a good time with that.
Oh, I had a great time.
Yeah,
with it.
did you?
Yeah, just kind of painted a
Can't
little
wait.
bit of something.
Yep.
Can't wait to see.
Yep.
Can't wait to see the masterpiece, Nick.
Oh, so it was a masterpiece.
Yeah.
I had all intentions in the beginning. Johnny saw it, and then I kind of put it in. And I kind of fucked myself. Let's
Yeah.
just say that.
All
I
right.
fucked myself
you
over.
you think it could go in a museum?
Yep. I think
Oh,
we'll
yeah.
go into the museum of fucking bullshitters.
The museum of fuck you, fuck it.
Yeah.
Or also known as the Museum of Modern Art.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
same thing.
fuck you, modern art.
Same thing,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
The Museum of fucking bullshitters.
Is John in the podcast right now?
Sophie is.
Sophie is.
All right.
He's helping
I
her
won't.
set
I won't.
up.
All right. I won't yell then.
Yeah.
No, I don't think they're doing it yet. If you want to yell
All
it,
right. Hold on.
I think now is your time.
What are you gonna yell about? John went to the museum yesterday.
Wait a minute.
All right, we're losing Nick.
Nick is
I'm
being
doing play-by-play of Nick.
very.
All right,
He's-
here he comes.
He lapped around the corner.
He's
He's
now-
gonna
he's
throw
hiding.
something at
Oh,
the
he's
window.
throwing
He's
something
gonna
at the
hit it. He's gonna nail it. He's got a good
And
angle.
he's got a good arm. He throws it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and he nailed it. Now he's running
The thing I think is stuck on
on top of the boxes.
What are you doing up there? Hey, I got a question for you. Get over there. I gotta get your attention. Go over there. What the fuck's the matter with you?
John definitely jumped out of his
Oh,
socks
he
there.
fucking was scared shit.
I wish I saw what he did in
Oh,
there.
he jumped like a fucking. He fucking jumped through the roof.
I think that
What-
little the epoxy thing, is that what it was?
Yeah.
It was
I
an
think,
epoxy roll.
I think it's on.
Hey, what are you making noise up there for?
Makes sense.
Hey,
Yeah.
I had a question for you. It was the best way I could get her. Oh, was she in there? Sorry, Sophie. I thought you was the only one in there.
What's up?
Nah, I feel like a jackass. Not towards you, but the whole entire. My painting. Johnny was just saying, you were at the Museum of Fine Arts yesterday, right? So do you think that my fuck you fucker painting would belong in there? Be honest.
I think it would belong right in the lobby when you walk in.
Yes.
Yep.
See, that's where I was
To
thinking.
kind of get you prepped for like this is what you're about to see. We're gonna give you the best of the best to start off. It's all downhill from here.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Sophie, apologies.
That's all we got for you, John.
Thanks, John.
And one last plug. If you want to be part of our conversation that we have every day, we've got Dwayne, Sonny, and Amanda, our 3 regulars, in the comments. What's up? I see you guys. Sonny, I'll pitch
Yeah, that was loud.
the bang. Yeah, Sonny, I'll pitch your animal to Big Nick for animal fact of the day. We got a
Yes.
recommendation, Nick,
Yes.
for you.
Wow, already. I love it.
Yep. So if you want to be part of this conversation, want to chime in, go subscribe to our Patreon. We're live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 1 p.m. You can listen to us do this podcast then. And that's all I got.
All right.
So let's just get into topics. This weekend was the first weekend for baseball, opening weekend, and it was quite the weekend. A lot of interesting things happened. Nothing terribly interesting, but it was a good weekend for baseball. I watched a lot of it
Yep.
I don't
I got to watch the Red Sox Yankees last night.
last night.
That was the only game I got a chance to come
I did catch a
around.
few innings of that and that stupid K-Rod cast.
Oh.
I can't fucking
What did
stand
he
that.
say? What did he
Fucking
say yesterday
stupid.
that pissed people off? Didn't
He-
he say something?
He says a lot of stupid stuff.
He just doesn't commentate.
I saw
great.
it was like trending on Twitter because they said he said something stupid, but I didn't know what it was.
He's just ugh.
Not a big A-Rod as an analyst guy. No.
And Michael K. Can't stand his voice. I want to rip his tongue out.
I mean, it has a good ring to it though. K-Rod. It's a good name.
It's a good name.
Okay. There is one thing I do want to say about the first few games so far, and this is just baseball, MLB as a whole. And I'm not saying this because it happened against the Red Sox. I would have said this weeks ago, months ago when they brought the rule back. I thought it was stupid. The whole runner on second base and extras is so dumb. I understand you're trying to speed up the game, but that's not baseball. It's not baseball. You can't just put a guy for both sides. It shouldn't be like that.
I don't mind it for like the 12th inning. Like once you've played 2 extra innings of baseball, then sure you can speed the game up. Like 12th inning, add that runner on second. It's not bad. I don't hate it as much as I
Why
originally
not have
did.
him on first? Make it more interesting.
Well, that's what someone I was listening
Should be on
to.
first.
I was listening to someone, and they said like in the 10th inning they start in first, and you do 2 innings of them on first, and then the second inning they start in second, and then the next inning they start in third, and you move them up a base.
Why don't you just start him at home?
Exactly. Give a team a run.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think the rule as a whole is stupid. It's just not baseball. You can't just give a team a guy on base like that. That's just how I look at it. I understand what they're trying to do, but I don't know. I feel like you could figure that out in another way.
It definitely removes a big aspect of the game.
It doesn't legitimize.
Legitimize. There we go.
Yeah.
Not the win, because I'm not saying the Yankees didn't deserve to win the game, but it's I don't know. It's just like even if the Red Sox won that game, I'd be like, well, I mean they.
Sorry.
Big Nick practicing his tongue work.
Yeah. It just doesn't legitimize the win as much as it would be if they didn't have that extra guy on second.
The thing I will say about legitimizing versus delegitimizing is that both teams have the same opportunity.
Right. And that's why, like, you do it for both sides. It's fair in that manner, but it just shouldn't be a thing, period. That's just my thoughts on
okay,
it.
yes,
And it's
it
not
is.
going to go away, at least for this year. So, I mean, I'm screaming to the sky like there's nothing I can do about it, but no. I'm not a fan of it, personally.
Yeah. Well, I got some breaking news right now about the Nationals.
Oh.
The Lerner family, the Nats ownership, is looking to sell the team.
Wow, Johnny, they should to you.
Yeah, they should sell it to me. I'll buy it. How much do I got in my wallet? Let's see.
Enough?
No, what you do is you give them whatever's in your wallet, and then you, as time goes on, you pay back the money after you get your
Deferred.
renovation.
That's
Exactly.
a down.
That's how the Nats do
That's
it.
a down payment.
Yeah,
what
dude.
you have
All
right
right, so
there.
I've got $4. Ted Lerner. I've got 4 not that crisp dollars, but if you want to sell me the team, I will extend Juan Soto for you.
I wonder why they want to sell the team.
Well, the dad's about to die, the Ted Lerner. Mark Lerner's had a lot of health issues recently. He just had to get his leg removed for cancer.
Oh.
Yeah. I think they kind of got what they bought the team in 07. when someone needed to buy the team. I think they got what they wanted out of the team after owning it for 15 years. They won a championship.
Is this the same owner that migrated it from the Expos to the Nationals?
No, so the league was the one who did that. The Nats didn't have an owner for the first 2 years of their existence, 05 and 06.
Who
they
the
didn't
hell
have
owned
an
the team?
owner. The league did. So
Shocking.
Loria had the team back in like 03. He had the Expos, Jeffrey Loria, the old owner of the Marlins, actually. He sold the team to the league. The league bought the team from him. The league owned it, and that's how they moved.
The league bought the league.
Yeah, exactly. The league bought the team, and then they moved to DC.
Technicality bullshit.
I mean, I like the learners. They've done, they've invested in the team, but like,
Who would you want to buy the team, Johnny?
Who would I want? Someone who's like willing to spend money on the
Juan
team.
Soto.
What's gonna
Give
happen?
himself a.
What's gonna end up
extension.
happening is some team's gonna buy it on.
Biden's gonna buy it.
Joe Biden's gonna buy it.
Pelosi's getting in the mix.
Yeah, the Pelosi's.
Yeah.
What's gonna end up happening is some finance firm's gonna buy it with money that they don't have, and they're gonna finance the team. It's not gonna be good because it's gonna be some shady owner who, like the Braves have, where they're not a real team. They buy it off of loans, and then they can't invest anything because they don't actually have the money to invest in the team. And the league's gonna be okay with that.
It's gonna be a hedge fund guy.
Yeah, exactly. If you look at what the Marlins happened with the Marlins when they sold their team, they had a much better offer from Jorge Mas. Jorge Mas is a big Miami billionaire, and he said, "I'm going to be investing so much more money into this team." But then you had another ownership group headlined by Derek Jeter, who could give a little bit more money, but didn't actually have the money to give, and they're propped up on loans, on finances, and all that stuff, and so they can't expand their payroll because they're not being run like a team. And I worry that's going to happen to the Nats if they sell their
Well,
team.
if that's
to
the
someone.
case, then you can kiss goodbye fucking Juan Soto.
Yeah. I mean, listen, this process from thinking about possibly selling to the final
You probably got 2 or 3 years.
2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a long
It takes
way.
a while for those deals to go through. Like you can agree on it, but then for it to actually
league's gotta
process
approve
and
it.
everything,
Yeah.
yeah.
Lawyers
Because the
gotta
Timberwolves were in that like kind of limbo, I guess, for like a year or two. So
Yeah.
it happens.
Yeah.
Interesting though.
So other things that happened this weekend in baseball, when we're talking more baseball stuff. Let's see. I watched a lot of games this weekend. The Nats look like shit. They're going to suck this year. Let's
Sorry,
see.
Johnny.
Fucking
The
Guardians went on a tear, huh?
Guardians. Do you know about their one guy? Yeah, the Guardians only went on a tear yesterday. They lost the first 2 games to the Royals, but they have this one guy, the prospect. What's his name? Stephen Kwan.
Kwan.
In his first 5.
Kwan.
In his
Do the
first
Kwan.
Stephen Kwan in his first 4 games with the team, he went yesterday. He went 5 for 5.
Damn.
He's hitting 800 right
Wow.
now in his first couple games with the team. He's 8 for 10 with 2 doubles, 6 singles, 4 RBI, 3 walks, with good for a 1.857 OPS. Yeah, hit the Kwan, kids. Hit the Kwan.
Not a bad start to the season for that guy.
Start of career, actually.
Oh,
he's a
oh,
rookie.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow,
yeah.
not a bad career start then.
And then we had, speaking of other rookies, Bobby Witt in that same series. He had a game-saving play on Saturday and a game-winning hit on Friday. So he's pulling his weight our Thursday.
Who was the name of that guy?
Bobby Witt.
Transition to other Bobbies. Bobby Dahlback.
I had last night.
Did
Bobby
you see
Dahlbeck.
the stat? He has the 3rd most home runs in Red Sox history in his first 162 career games with
Wow.
the team.
Was he really?
More than Ted Williams.
No shit.
And he played 159 career games. The stats for 162. There's only 2 guys ahead of him. Can't tell you who they were, but it's 36, 35, and he's at 34.
Wow.
No shit.
Just I don't know, just a weird,
Bobby
weird
Dahlbeck.
stat. But
Bobby Dalek.
Other rookies, Jeremy Pena from the Astros had himself a really nice weekend. He's the new shortstop there. People are really high on him. He had a home run over the weekend, so people are really high on him. Dwayne Bacon just dropped his name in the comments. Let's see what else. Mariners are looking good. They went 2-1 against the
Julio
Twins.
Rodriguez.
Julio Rodriguez had a game-winning RBI double on Saturday, which was he's sick. It was his first career hit, game-winning double.
He's good.
He's good. He's really good. The Mariners are going to be good this year. I haven't fully decided on where I think of them, but they look good against the Twins. The Twins are interesting too because Buxton's going to go off this year if he can stay healthy. He already is going off. He has 3 home runs already. But Look out for the Mariners this year. The Blue Jays look really fucking good too.
I made a few prop bets
On the Blue
Thursday
Jays?
morning. Yeah, I had Blue Jays winning the division, win total. I took a few win totals this year, and I think I picked Mariners to make the playoffs.
Yeah,
because it
I
was
like it.
pretty even,
Yeah.
to be honest with you, which I was kind of surprised about,
Mhm.
because I think it's more leaning towards they can make the playoffs and not.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, the Blue Jays are going to be nasty.
They're nasty.
They're hitting. Their batting
offense,
is.
like the pitching didn't look great this weekend, but
Their
offense
offense is
made up
going
for
to
it.
be.
Their offense
gross.
is gross. I mean, that lineup 1 through 9 is
Mhm.
insane.
Yeah, literally 1
Yeah,
through 9.
1 through 9.
Mhm.
Now, other prospects we had, Sayuka Suzuki had himself a weekend. Big home run over the weekend. Played some good defense. He's going to be good. Hunter Green, the Reds prospect, made his major league debut. Throwing 100 miles an hour fastball behind Matt Olson. He has great stuff. This is going to be one of the best rookie classes of all time, in my opinion, because you have so many guys who are game changers.
Isn't Wanda Franco technically still a rookie?
No. He lost his rookie eligibility last year. So did Keibert Ruiz, who I also am really high on Keibert Ruiz. He is really good, too.
All right.
I will say this. I don't know. So Apple TV is now getting Friday night broadcast games.
Mhm.
The broadcast they did for the Nats-Mets game was one of the worst broadcasts I have ever seen in my
Why
life.
is that?
They didn't talk about the game at all. Like there was a part where Lindor gets hit in the face.
Bench is
A few
cleared.
guys got hit
Yeah,
in
the,
the face.
the Nats had bad control. There's a whole thing with bad control right now that because they're not using sticky stuff and because they've smoothed the ball a little bit more, pitchers have no control over it.
That's not the one that's getting smooth. That was a fucking layup.
That was the layup.
That was a layup.
Fucking
Give it to him. But so the Nats lost control, and so right after Lindor gets plunked in the face, you have the broadcasters talking about Benny Hannes like a minute later. It's just like 90%. So ESPN suffers from this as well when they do their national broadcast games. Is that they try to broadcast the game for the people who don't know baseball, who don't watch baseball, and so they try to keep the conversation vague. They try to keep it open-ended. But in reality, the people who are watching these games are baseball fans.
Right.
The 90% of people watching that game are either Nationals or Mets fans. And if you're not talking about the game, then you're not talking about anything interesting. Like
Dude.
you're catering to an audience that isn't there.
The MLB does a really good job at not keeping fans engaged.
Yeah.
To be completely honest with you.
Yeah.
How about that Japanese pitcher
Oh yeah.
that had
Donnie?
19 strikeouts,
No.
13 in a row?
So
was it?
Japanese star, 20-year-old Japanese star pitched a perfect game this weekend. Yeah, perfect game, 19 strikeouts.
And 13 in a row or something
Yeah.
like that, and
Yeah.
that's never happened any.
Oh, so it's not an official perfect game because he didn't go the whole way.
No, it was in Japan.
Oh,
Yeah,
Japan.
it was in
Gotcha.
Japan.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. There's 27 outs.
He had 19 strikeouts.
Okay.
Yeah.
For some reason, I'm thinking yeah.
Yeah.
I
That
will
would go
fuck
down
myself.
as the greatest start in Major League history of happened in the pros.
Mm-hmm.
19 strikeouts and a perfect game.
So that's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy game.
Guy earned it.
Yeah, I mean he's apparently a really top, Japanese prospect. Probably will come over to America in a couple of years, I'd assume,
Once he goes through the
the posting system.
posting system. That's it.
Yeah. But he's only 20 years old and he threw
What was his name?
Roki Sasaki.
Roki Sasaki.
Yeah. The NPO, the Nippon Professional Baseball League, NPB, is one of the best international. It's probably the best international league. Like I'd probably go. It's probably the equivalent of like AA baseball,
Mhm.
AA to AAA in terms of like the competition. It is like the best league in baseball, and the fact that this guy's dominating at 20 years old,
It's young.
it's young.
It's really, really young.
It was one of the 16th perfect game in NPB history and the first one in 28 years.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Not a bad game to put on
You
your
don't-
resume.
You don't say.
Nope. Guess how many pitches he threw to strike out 19 guys?
All right.
You have to throw at least 3 per batter.
Yeah.
So 3 times 27, that would be
81.
1 carry the 2. That's
69.
81.
Well, he has to throw.
He has
That's
to
if
throw
he-
at least 81.
Well, no, that's if he strikes
Oh,
out
that's
everyone.
true. I'm going to go
69.
89.
No, he threw 105 pitches.
Okay. I
Like,
was
but
lowballing
still,
it.
it's
But
like-
I
still,
thought you were
that's
throwing
not
me a
lot.
layup.
Yeah, no.
I was thinking something crazy.
He could
105
throw-
is still crazy.
His
but-
fastball went up to 102 miles an hour.
Speaking of that, not to jump off topic. You seeing this guy from Tennessee? This
Yeah,
guy's
yeah.
a fucking stud.
Throwing
Volunteer
104?
firefighter.
Yeah.
Bro.
He throws 104 like very little. He's a reliever right now. I I mean, I think he'll be a great reliever because he throws 104, but like velocity isn't king as much as it used to
He's
be.
blowing people out the water right now.
But yeah, just one more thing about this guy. I actually got nothing left to say. Yeah, pretty fucking cool.
That is cool.
Yeah. Any other baseball topics this weekend? Let's see. What else we got? We had the Mariners. The Cardinals took 2 of 3 from the Pirates. Cubs Brewers, that was a good series. Dodgers lost 2 of 3 from the Rockies this weekend.
Really?
Yeah.
It's only 3 games.
It's over. The season's
They're
over.
done. Speaking of that, John, I looked up over the weekend. I was thinking about what you said about the San Diego. Guess who the Padres play next week out in San Diego?
Oh, who?
The Dodgers.
Ooh, you gonna get tickets?
I might do it. I might pull the trigger.
You gotta pull the trigger.
I might do it. I might
That'd
pull
be a
it.
fun game.
That'd be
to
a
go
fun
to.
game.
I might pull that trigger.
Yeah. Why not?
Why
Why in
not?
San Diego?
Why the fuck not?
Man, I'm just looking at Cody Bellinger's opening weekend. He sucks, man. He sucks.
I hate to see
He,
it.
he only struck out 3 times.
Only.
He went 2 for 11 with 3 strikeouts.
Didn't Casey say he was going to win MVP this year?
Yeah.
Or that was his MVP
Man,
choice?
I don't
Casey's weed dealer has a better chance of winning MVP.
I don't know what they do with him. I really don't. I think he's so cooked. And that whole Dodgers lineup's not been great so far in Colorado.
Only 3 games.
I know.
You
But,
could say the same thing about the Red Sox. They dropped fucking 2 out of fucking 3 of the Yankees.
Yeah,
Yeah.
last year they lost the first series. They went 0-3 against the Orioles to start last year, and they made it to the ALCS.
It's over. Season's
It's over.
They're
You
That's
can
done.
draw
They're done.
conclusions from the first 3 games of the year.
I
It's-
will say the Red Sox pitching staff
It's gonna be a
scares the life
It's a
out of
problem.
me.
Their
I like
offense needs to carry the
Cutter.
team this year.
Cutter Crawford. He
Cutter
looks
Crawford. That other guy didn't look bad either. Jake
Diekman.
Eekman, whatever the fuck his
See
name
the
is.
guy with long hair?
He's the
long
lefty
hair?
guy who has really weird motion. I don't know what he looks like these days. He's been around the
They
league
gave
forever.
Whitlock an extension,
Yeah.
4-year extension.
Yeah. I mean,
I love him.
I do too.
yeah,
he's a solid.
he's
pitcher.
great. Let's see. Is anyone else dropping anything in the comments to talk about baseball? Braves. Oh, yeah. Did you guys see the Braves championship rings?
No.
Crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah, it opens up and stuff like that. There's like lights inside.
Yeah,
and
so you
shit.
open up the ring, and when the ring opens up, there are lights coming out of it. That kind of, and then they're like rubies that highlight where the 10 postseason home runs were hit. Like everything about the diamonds and
It
everything
has like 44 in there for Hank Aaron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has like 755 diamonds around for Hank Aaron and like all that stuff. It's a fresh looking ring. I like it.
This is gonna be a stupid question. When was the last time they won, or have they won the World
95.
Series? 95. Okay, so it's the World Series. When you win a championship for the first time in a very long time, you're gonna go all out
Yeah.
for a championship ring. That's
Yeah.
just it's gonna happen.
Yeah, but they didn't. They lost 2-3 to the, or maybe they went 2-2 to the Reds. Reds look pretty decent this weekend. Again, first weekend, kind of hard to.
Yeah.
Draw
It's hard.
full
It's hard to
conclusions.
draw conclusions on teams.
Padres pitching staff pitched their first 2 games where their first starter went 6 no-hit innings in back-to-back games.
Wow.
That was cool.
That's
and then,
crazy.
so I'll get your opinion on this. So in those 2 games, Padres starters went 85 pitches before being removed after 6 innings. It's early in the season. Pitchers weren't stretched out nearly as much because of short spring training, and yet people were pissed at the Padres for not letting their pitchers go deeper. So Manaea went 7, Darvish went 6, and they both had about 80-something pitches.
Take him out.
Take
Dude,
them out.
It's a long season.
It's a long
It's
season.
a long season.
Yeah.
Take him out.
Like, first of all, it's not
What are you
guaranteed.
trying to win?
Did they
first
get the
game of
wins?
season?
What?
Did they get
They
the
won
wins?
both games.
Yeah.
Actually, no, they lost the first game on a walk-off.
It doesn't matter. You got to
Whatever.
think long term.
Yeah,
Exactly.
you gotta think long term.
Exactly.
Because
Like,
one of
fucking
those
game.
guys goes out early in the season, that's a huge hole in your pitching rotation.
yeah.
Don't want to risk that. No way.
No. Let's see. Yeah. So I think that's I'm not. You take him out. You worry. It's a long season. You don't care about winning game 1 or 2. You
It's
care about winning game
not
162.
a meaningless game, but in hindsight, it's a meaningless game.
yeah.
And if you're looking at the bigger picture, so no,
Yep.
no reason to keep him in.
Yep. All right. Well, that's baseball for you, buddy.
That's baseball.
This weekend was also the Masters.
Did. Dude, the guy that won it was Scott Scheffler, I believe,
Yeah.
isn't it? Scheffler. It's his 4th tournament win, and since February 1st.
Wow.
He's made $8 million from 4 tournament wins.
He's 25.
He's young.
He's young.
He's first first player to win the Masters under 25 since Tiger Woods, I believe, in 2001.
Wow. And he's
And
won.
Tiger's done it twice.
Yeah.
97 and 2001, he was under 25, which is nuts.
Yeah.
Sorry.
What?
I just found out the fucking house we just put an offer in. I was already got 7 fucking offers.
Oh man.
Fucking. Hey, fuck
Hey, that doesn't.
me.
Hey, that's not a no. That's not a no.
Supposed to find out tonight, fellas.
Yeah.
Hey.
Fingers crossed for you, Nick.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Gotta get to end this shit. Fucking 21 fucking homes.
Jesus.
21 fucking homes I've seen.
Yeah.
All right, sorry. Go back to what you were saying. I just had to
Masters.
read that. She wouldn't have texted me during the show if it wasn't important.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, no, Scott Scheffler. I mean, the thing that's cool about him too is that he was just so composed. Like
Yeah.
he was just calm the whole time. He wasn't like showing too much emotion, which honestly, like you got guys like Tiger and Tiger Woods is the greatest golfer of all time, arguably. Like you guys like that, they show emotion. You hit a big putt or something, like you're gonna like swing your fist, you're gonna get the crowd going. But this guy, I mean, like he was composed. He just kept a straight face all weekend, and he killed it. He won by a few strokes. I think he was like 11 under or 10 under when he won, and the next guy was 6, 7.
Yeah, he's 10 under.
Yeah.
He has one of those faces that look like he's like 35 already. He has an old face.
He's an old soul.
He's
looks
an
like.
old soul. He looks like he was born in 30. You know who he looks like? He looks like the Book It With Trent guy on TikTok.
Pull up that last picture you had.
The one from before? Or where is
Yeah.
that one? I don't know where it was. Scotty Scheffler.
I can see it.
Yeah.
I can definitely see it. Yeah.
So he's from Ridgewood, New Jersey. He wants to play at Texas for golf. Yeah, I mean, if he's won 4 tournaments already, like
Dude.
that fast.
Just to kind of segue into this topic now, or talk about Tiger Woods.
Yep.
It was so ridiculous how much people actually thought he was gonna win. Like the guy almost had his leg amputated over a year ago. Like let's just be realistic. When he made the cut and he said he was gonna play, his betting odds went up like crazy.
Yeah.
Like he was like a favorite, and I'm like, in what world?
I threw $10 on him.
Like it makes sense. Like I mean,
Yeah.
like you're rooting for Tiger Woods,
Yeah.
right? But it's like realistically, the guy had no chance to win.
No.
I love Tiger, but like I think
No.
he ended like plus like
Plus 13.
yeah,
He
was-
started off good. His first
He
round
did. His first day
not
was good. His
And then
first day
and
was
then
good.
He had a lot of bogeys,
Yep.
especially yesterday.
Yep.
He bogeyed, I think, 3 holes in a row.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the guy's been through a lot. The guy's
Yeah.
been through a lot. This was just kind of his return. This was some kind of, getting back out there, first tournament in a while. And I'm sure, I'm not saying that this is like going to be common going in the future and stuff. Like, he'll be fine. But I don't know. I just thought it was kind of funny seeing how people were like treating him as the favorite to win it. Like, no
Yeah.
shot.
No, yeah, no.
wake
it
up
was-
and smell the coffee.
Yeah. He
But-
he finished the tournament 47th. Pretty good for
But yeah, no, for your first tournament from almost getting your leg amputated, great,
Yeah.
unbelievable. But I would have not counted on him to win by any means. But it's cool. It's cool seeing with something like the Masters, and the thing with golf, it's cool. It's cool in general. Golf is you have a bunch of not no names, but it's gonna be different almost
Yeah.
every year. Like it's
Yeah.
not gonna rare. Like Tiger Woods has won it multiple times. You have other golfers that have won it multiple times. Like that can happen, but it's cool seeing different people win
Who
it
was
every
the
year.
Japanese guy who won last year?
Oh,
Was he in it this year?
I don't know. What was his name?
2021 Masters.
She's-
It was Hideki Matsuyama.
Matsuyama. Yeah.
How do you do this weekend?
Yeah, it's who? Who is that
He
guy?
finished 14th.
This year he finished
Yeah.
14th? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard, dude. Listen,
Masters is hard.
repeating, that might be one of the hardest repeats in sports, bro. You got to have the weekend of your life.
Yeah.
You got to play the best golf of your life
Uh-huh.
if you're going to win the Masters.
Who was the last time we had a repeat winner in the Masters? Let's find out.
It's a good question. I would think,
Tiger.
I don't even think he did, to be honest with
Has he ever repeated?
you. It wouldn't shock me if no one's repeated.
So Tiger did it in
Oh.
01 and 02.
Oh, he
won
did?
back to
Okay.
back. Since then, no repeats.
Mhm.
Um,
That makes sense. Tiger did it.
yeah. Let's see. So
one of the
we had
greatest athletes
so we
ever.
Dustin Johnson, Hideki Matsuyama, Tiger Woods won in 2019, which was one of the greatest.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yep.
Patrick Reed, Sergio Garcia, all these guys.
Sergio.
Yeah, all these guys are Bubba Watson's won it only once. Huh?
It's tough to win.
It's tough to win.
It's tough to win.
Mickelson's won twice.
Yep.
Yeah. Bubba Watson's won twice. He won twice. Watson won twice in 3 years. And then he finished like 42nd.
Nah, it's still impressive too, though.
Yeah.
2 and 3.
Yeah.
It's not an easy feat.
Well, Mickelson's won 3 times.
Yeah, I think Mickelson's won it a handful of times.
Yeah.
Back in his heyday, his prime, you could say.
Yeah.
When was the last time he won it?
He won
Then he won one.
2010.
I was gonna say within the last like 10 years or
Yeah.
so, he's won one.
Yeah. That was 12 years ago.
Crazy.
Nicholas, house stuff? All right.
All right.
Let's see what else we got to talk about. We'll talk about this. This is a sad story about Dwayne Haskins.
This
Dude.
is so unfortunate.
I was at the airport and I'm just like going through Twitter and I saw that and I was just like shocked. So I guess he was running on the highway. He was like jogging, doing a workout, running after his
no
workout.
offense, that's not.
And he
smart.
tried crossing the highway and a truck hit him.
Mm-hmm.
It's tragic. It's so unfortunate. I mean, it's tough. He was young. He's only 25.
Yeah.
And he was training with, he was training with the Steelers players and stuff like that. He was just with a bunch of guys. Chase Claypool was just with him, and he put out a video that was just so sad. I mean,
Yeah.
and everyone, like, he was a well-liked guy. I mean, everyone said,
They all said they all loved him. as a
always
guy.
had a smile on his face, always uplifting, picking his teammates up and all that. Just a good guy, married.
Gee, imagine what the wife feels like right
Ugh,
now.
dude,
Eesh.
that's just not
Eesh.
something you expect to hear.
Yeah,
but
no.
And we think we got problems in our lives.
yeah, it's one of those things that make you just think like, it could be worse.
Yeah.
It could always be worse. But
Did you see the Adam Schefter tweet that he tweeted?
Adam
He's been
Schefter-
getting killed.
He needs to get
Adam
suspended.
Schefter and the guy on the radio, the 90-year-old guy,
Yeah.
he's like, he had like he was running for death, like this was coming and stuff like that. So
That's ridiculous.
Like, why would you? So Schefter tweets that like his problems in the pro, like failure to catch
He was
on.
Dwayne Haskins, the guy that has failed to catch on with the Washington football team.
You don't
and
say that when the
Steelers.
guy died.
No.
I saw that tweet. I was reading. It's like, oh, maybe he got cut, because I saw that tweet immediately because it's just on my phone right when it happened, and like I saw that I thought he got cut or something. Like has died. Like Schefter, I think is the most tone deaf person I've ever
Dude.
seen.
I can't stand him. I can't
he needs to
fucking
get
stand
No
him.
sympathy or
no,
anything
and he just
like
got
that.
a big extension too at ESPN. He got
Yeah.
10 million or something like that more.
Bro, if I was him, bro, I would be so ashamed of myself.
He has no
And
shame.
he's done that.
He has
doesn't
no
give a
shame.
He's
shit. He
tweeted
don't
out
give a
like,
shit.
Oh yeah, he tweeted out private medical person information before.
He's the type of guy that wants to stick his chest down and be like, "This is what I fucking said."
He needs ESPN needs to fire that guy.
Never will happen.
No,
I feel like he's such.
He-
ugh.
he has no. Journalistic integrity. He has none of it. He'll be a the worst thing he did recently was actually when he tweeted verbatim the statement he got from Deshaun Watson's lawyer right after the case.
Mhm.
Like he tweets like exactly what Deshaun Watson's lawyer wants him to say. And so, like,
Wasn't there a whole report that came out about like something in the past, like with
Yeah.
like giving credit or something with
no.
journalistic?
So he would like literally take things that like he would work for the teams and kind of like giving out information that the teams want, which is
Gotcha.
how some people use reporters.
Right.
But
right.
Schefter is just so immoral.
Yeah.
He just thinks he's better than everybody.
He just doesn't care. He just follows the money because he's a little
I don't like Adam Schefter.
I can't fucking
I don't-
stand
I don't
him. I
like
never
Adam
fucking
Schefter.
could.
no.
Team Ian Rappaport.
Oh yeah, I like Rappaport. Rappaport's the goat. And he's been beating Schefter and everything
Good.
lately too.
Good.
There's
Good
been
fucking beat his
there's
ass.
Shams who's beating Woj.
Yep.
Passon still dominates the space in baseball. He came up from nowhere because it used to be.
What happened to Chris Berman?
He's still there. He's not a reporter. He's an Berman's more of a. What are you doing there?
I'm just trying to get something out of the letter. Sorry.
You beating your wood?
Snake. That was a fucking layup.
Yeah, it's obviously. But going back to the Grim thing we were talking about before.
Yeah, go back to the grip.
Sending.
That was a liar.
That's the
Talking about
Fucking
Dwayne
lit.
Haskins dying.
You're the one that started it.
I said Grim. I was bringing.
You said beating your wood.
Yeah, because you were smacking your wood.
Yeah, I was fucking getting the shit off.
Hey, you gotta. All right, you gotta give it a little dusting. All right, what do
All right, we gotta go back. I don't need no
we don't-
bad
there's
vibes.
not much
Fuck
more to
Adam
talk about.
Schefter.
Fuck Adam
R.I.P.
Schefter.
Dwayne Haskins. Tragic.
Yeah.
Obviously, prayer thoughts and everything to his family.
Yeah,
Awful.
it's
awful.
really sad.
Awful.
Man, sad stuff.
Yeah,
unfortunate.
I hate to hear that stuff. You really do.
Moving on to our next topic. We're talking a little UFC action because this someone in our comments wants us to talk UFC.
Dude, some
I
of
watched
these fights were like.
Did you watch this weekend's
I
card?
watched the highlights. I did not watch the full fights, but man, the last fight
the last fight wasn't great. The Korean Zombie one.
yes,
That was okay.
he would got lit.
Oh yeah, Korean
up,
Zombie.
though.
Yeah, he was.
got
Volkanovski
rocked.
is one of the best fighters, pound for pound, right now, fighting.
Credit to what's the ref's name? The most well-known ref in who?
Herb Dean.
Herb. Yes. All credit to him for ending the match when he did, because he was getting lit up. He was staying up. He was standing. He was just taking it, and they had to just call it. The guy was just getting rocked.
Yeah. So you had Volkanovski who beat up on the Korean Zombie. It wasn't even close. The best fight of the night was I'm mispronouncing his name. Chimev. He's sick. He's 11-0 right now. Was 10-0 heading into the fight. He had been hit had one significant strike in his entire UFC career.
Wild.
4 hits total. And he went on. He was the 11th ranked fighter, and he went to fight Gilbert Burns, who was the 2nd ranked fighter in the weight class.
Yes.
That
yep.
fight was one of the best fights I have ever seen.
Yeah.
First of all, Chimev, I don't know how to pronounce his name, even though they said it a million times. He's an ISIS supporter.
Tough.
Tough.
That's a tough look.
He's tweeted his support for the ISIS leader.
That's really tough.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I mean, these UFC fighters aren't the best people. Most of them are pretty shitty.
Ooh.
The funny thing is his
There's
next,
shitty people, and then there's that.
yeah, his next fight would be possibly against Colby
I was
Covington.
gonna say, is that the
That could be the next fight.
Oh my
And Covington
god,
is like
that
the
would
most pro-America,
Dude,
America guy
that
ever.
storyline is unbelievable. You can't even make up shit like that,
No.
dude. A true American going up against an ISIS supporter. Oh my god.
He's gonna
Dude,
want to
he'll have all the presidents there at ringside. Trump will be there, and so Biden will, bro. Oh my god.
Covington's like the most like America.
He'll have
America.
the flag and everything. He'll have the American flag trunks and that. Wow.
Uh-huh.
I hope that happens. Could you
mean-
imagine if Colby Covington lost?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I mean, he might. This guy is one of the best fighters. People think
Wow.
there hasn't been as much hype around this as a fighter as there's been around this guy. Like I said before Saturday night, he had been hit. That means like struck 4 times in his career. 4 hits. 1 significant strike. In the first minute of this fight, he had more hits than his entire career. There was one time where he fought, had suffered no damage, and fought just like 3 weeks later against him. He has the shortest time between wins in UFC history. He's an insane fighter, but I'll give full credit to Burns. And this guy's a tough match. Burns had a great game plan against him. Burns wore a lot of his punches because this dude's a hard hitter. And Burns got some really good hits against him. Like, Burns looked really good. I was rooting for Burns. He looked really good. in
Well,
this
yeah,
match.
I'd be rooting for the non-ISIS supporter too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Crazy. Oh my gosh, I would love that fight.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
man.
yeah, so
Oh man, I really want that. The build-up would be crazy. Colby Covington would be talking so much smack.
I hate Covington, but I mean, kind of hard.
You gotta support him. in
You
this
gotta
one.
root for the non-ISIS
listen, Johnny,
supporter.
I love you, man, but you gotta support Colby on this one. I'm not a big fan of him either, but
Yeah. And the other interesting fight was the Sterling Yan fight.
yeah.
Um,
Okay, word.
which was an interesting fight. It was ultimately a decision. It was a very up for grabs decision. So Sterling was the reigning champ. Peter Yan was a temporary champ because Sterling, I forget exactly what it was, but Yan, it was a close fight, really back and forth, and Sterling won on decision, but it was a close decision. Kind of hard to say who really won the fight. But it was a good card. It was a really good card this weekend. Glad I watched.
It was before it, the event. People were calling it like probably going to be the best card of the year.
Yeah.
and I think it lived up to the hype.
Oh,
so
just the Burns fight alone made
Right.
it live up to the hype.
Right.
Yeah.
I'd love to see it.
It was a good fight. Good fights. Let's see what else we got to talk about. Tiger Woods, MLB opening day.
I still can't get over Colby Covington versus this
the
guy.
ISIS, yeah.
Oh man, I would love that.
let's see. We got an unbelievable 13-leg MLB parlay cashes in $45K this weekend. Yeah, I believe.
How much did he bet?
Let's see. He bet $10 to turn to 43K.
Oh, not a bad return.
No.
Not at all.
So he took all unders on every game.
Wow.
13
games
leg,
of the year.
yeah, under payment from Thursday,
What
and
the fuck are we doing wrong here?
yeah,
Not taking the unders. That's what we're doing.
Fuck,
Wow.
I'll take
That
the
guy's
unders.
doing something I would never do. I don't think I've ever bet an under in my life.
I would say right now if I'm taking baseball bets, I'm taking the under.
It makes sense.
Layup.
You're in the.
You said you were never on the under.
Oh, never.
It's a fucking layup.
Yeah, I mean, first games of the season, short training camp,
Yeah.
short spring training.
No one's in
I mean,
swing. Yeah.
No one's really going to be 100% ready.
I also believe that betting sites make up people like this, just so they can encourage more degenerate.
You think
gambling.
so? I would believe it.
Yeah,
you
I
can
fully
definitely
believe-
get me on board with
Yeah,
that.
I believe that betting sites and web and journalism, like web places, have designed. to
Adam
encourage-
Schefter, the first to report it.
Yeah, probably.
Because let me tell you, you hear about these more often than you think.
Yeah.
I feel like I see something
Shouldn't be
like
hearing
this.
about this much.
Yeah.
I feel like I hear it more often than it should be. I know it sounds a little weird, but like I don't know, stuff like that. 13.
Especially-
You got to get 13 right. You know how hard.
He just took the
I've been
unders.
gambling for 3 years. I know, but like I'm never. I mean, in my life, I'm never gonna hit something like that ever. I'm not. I'll admit it. I'll never do something like that. I also don't have the balls to do a 13-team bet like that. That's just stupid. How do you think of something like that? Crazy.
Yeah.
Absolutely crazy.
Guy's going all in.
Hey,
I
good
guess.
for him. Hey, all props to him. I'll give him all the credit in the world.
It's a hoax.
Could be.
It's a fucking hoax.
And last thing we'll talk about today before doing animal fact of the day, the NBA season has concluded. The
Yes.
NBA playoffs are set. The play-ins are set.
Shocker, the guy from the Lakers got fired.
Yeah,
Shocker.
Frank Vogel is
Dude,
on
he
his
got
way out.
fired. He went to the press conference
I haven't
after.
heard shit.
And he's like, they were like, oh, so like, yeah, you got fired. He's like, I haven't heard shit, and it was already tweeted out and everything.
Uh-huh.
He was just playing it.
Poor
off.
guy. He was just a puppet in the whole system.
Yeah.
He
You
was
see-
never.
You see the report over the weekend about who the Lakers' next head coach could be?
Juwan
Howard.
Juwan Howard, yeah, and then
Juwan
Rajon
Howard,
Rondo
yeah.
could be the assistant. Dude,
Yeah.
that's a joke. I think they're going to be a joke for a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't.
mean, does LeBron stay with the Lakers after this year?
No.
No?
No. Next year is the last year in his
You
deal.
think he's-
Done.
You think he's going to play next year in LA? Yeah.
I don't think he. I don't know if they could trade. I don't think he'd want to get traded because that looks worse for his legacy, in my opinion.
If he demands a
Yeah, but
trade.
you're wasting a year.
Yeah.
You're wasting.
If he wins a ring in that year, no one's going to give a shit.
Right.
Listen, if he has another year where the Lakers miss the playoffs, I think that does more to hurt. his
No, that's
legacy.
fair. I know. I understand that.
Wasn't there a rumor that he wants to play with fucking the Warriors or something? Play with
He wants to
Steph?
play with
He
Steph,
talked
and then
about
Steph's
like who's
no.
one guy he'd want to play with, and he was like Steph, and Steph was like, I'm good.
I'm good. Yeah. He's already done it.
Yeah.
Steph's done it. He's a superstar like that.
Yeah, I mean, could it happen? Sure, but I don't. It's just the whole idea of like trading LeBron. Like, what
I mean,
would you even get? Like, what would you get for a 39-year-old, 38, 39-year-old? What do you get back? Your team,
best player in
You're
the
telling me a
league.
team's going to give you like 4 or 5 first-round picks? You know, like I understand it's win now type of thing, but you're doing win now for 1 year, and that's not like Kawhi Leonard. You did a player for a player, or technically 2 for 1, whatever. Like I don't know. I don't know. It would just be hard to
I
see.
think, again, this is the trade I talked about before.
The Timberwolves.
The Timberwolves. They have the young asset. They can flip.
I don't think the Timberwolves would want to get rid of it. Anthony Edwards just had 49.
I know.
One of the last games of the season.
But if you get LeBron James, you're a championship contender.
I know.
Especially in the
but
West right now, where the West is the Suns and everyone else.
You're giving up at least 6 years of
Team control.
nearly prime Anthony Edwards, right?
Yes.
Because you give him the extension. That's 4 years. You're 8 years in the team. Then you can go after free agency for 1 year, LeBron. I just
Yeah.
don't think it's. I understand where you're coming from, and it makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm not like downplaying that, but it's just logically like if I'm the Timberwolves, I don't look at that as a fair swap. That's where I'm coming from.
It depends. Do you view LeBron's time in LA as a success?
Okay, so missed the playoffs twice,
Won a championship.
won a championship, and got bobbed in the first round.
Yes.
I say no.
That's a failure. I think
I
it's a
say
failure. it's the Lakers. You have to. It's not like he went back to Cleveland. He's on the Lakers, the team that is tied for the most championships of all time. Lakers, the marquee one of the best franchises. Showtime, Magic, Kareem, Shaq, Kobe. And you got LeBron coming in. He misses the playoffs half of the time he was there. No, that's not a success. No way. The expectations that they have,
one championship
no.
doesn't solidify it.
I'll
Not
give
when you're
him-
that great of a player.
I'll give him credit. The first season, he was still with Lonzo, Kuzma, all the young guys. That was
He's
never
had
meant to be a year.
3 years with his team. This year was the worst one.
I agree. Yeah,
It wasn't.
yeah.
But he put up
But he
his
also
best
called
numbers.
the shots to get Russell Westbrook in the
That
building.
was a
Yes.
big mistake.
Yes.
Getting Russell Westbrook.
That's a
that
huge
was the
mistake.
biggest mistake, and
I
I
mean,
think that's
You think
something
if they had Buddy Hield in that bracket,
they would have
instead
been. I think they would have made the playoffs.
Yeah.
I think I hate to say it, but I think you swap Russell Westbrook out with the Buddy Hield, Harrison Barnes package, or even John Wall. You trade at the deadline. I think they're in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
I know John Wall hasn't played in a few years and everything, but I just think you saw. By the trade deadline, you knew it wasn't going to work.
Yeah.
Like, I think they didn't trade him.
Who the fuck would want him?
I think they didn't trade him because they wanted to stick it to LeBron. You wanted this.
his
We're,
nose in
you're,
it.
you made your bed and you're laying in it. We're not.
That's a shitty thing.
It's a
That's
shitty
really
thing.
stupid to do.
But
Yeah.
like, dude, they
the
could have
Lakers, they
gotten
would do
John
that.
Wall. It's like it's not going to work. You got to do something.
Yeah.
Your season was in a crisis and they did nothing
did
about
nothing
it.
about it.
They
They
could have
didn't
gotten
bring
John Wall. That was a realistic thing
Yeah.
that they could have
Yeah.
done. And I think that's what they'll do this offseason. Personally, I think
I
I did see
Wall to the Wizards.
what was that? What was the trade? Hypothetical trade that they were talking about.
I think Wall gets bought out this offseason.
Hold on. You think he gets bought out?
Yeah.
He's gonna opt in, which makes total sense.
Yeah.
Hold on.
He's
Yeah,
getting paid
let
a
me
shit
think
ton of
the
money.
team I was-
Why wouldn't he stay there?
Oh, Pacers. They were saying Brogdon and Heald for Russell Westbrook. That would be a steal for the Lakers.
Oh my God, yeah.
Why would the Pacers? You trying to dump contracts? Fine. No, the Lakers get so much better from that. I think they would get. You get a shooter. You get a 40% shooter from three, and you get a really good two-way guard. Really good two-way guard.
Yeah.
They would both fit next to LeBron.
Yeah.
But going back to what we talked about, I think it's a failure. It's the Lakers. You have high expectations it's championship or bust every year. But
I think winning 1 in 4 years.
you still won a championship.
You
That's
got to
awesome.
make the playoffs the other years at least.
Yeah,
But
that's the biggest
I will
issue.
say the biggest thing.
It's not the championship. It's the fact
And
that
I-
you're missing the playoffs.
I get it. You did the trade. You won a championship after it. Anthony Davis, that dude is made of pure glass.
Yep.
Pure glass. The guy can't stay healthy. I mean, if he
dude
stayed
can't
healthy
play.
most of the year, they would have made the playoffs. They would have
Yep.
been a much better team.
Yep.
But he can't stay healthy, and that's an issue. That's a major issue. Major issue.
Yep.
They're going to have a few contracts. Anthony Davis, I think, after 2 years, his contract is up. LeBron, after this year's contract is up.
They're done.
All their picks, they basically have nothing up
They're
until
done.
2027. Once LeBron is gone, Anthony Davis isn't going to last.
No.
If LeBron leaves, let's just say he doesn't get traded, he just leaves after this next year.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, Anthony Davis is gone after his
Oh, yeah.
contract.
Oh, yeah. For
Guarantee
sure.
you, he's
For
not
sure.
sticking. He
No.
came there for LeBron.
Yeah.
He's not sticking
Yeah, for
around.
sure. And like the thing is, you trade for Anthony Davis, so LeBron doesn't have to shoulder the load that he did. this
Right.
year.
And it
And
worked. The
it-
1 year they won a
It
championship.
worked the 1 year
it
he won a
worked.
championship. Like the idea was there.
Mhm.
Just Anthony Davis couldn't provide that. I mean, if you're the Lakers, you're sitting here with the squad that you have. You're not winning a championship next year. You're not close to it. You missed the 10th seed.
You couldn't even make the play.
You have no financial flexibility. You have no assets you can move to rebuild. Your assets are LeBron James and Anthony Davis, and a diminished value.
Anthony
for
Davis has no value right now.
He has no value.
Like,
What are you going to do? You got to trade LeBron. You have to trade LeBron if you don't want to be a nothing of a franchise for the next 10 years.
yeah, no,
you
I
have
agree.
to trade LeBron James.
You got desperate times call for desperate measures.
Exactly. And
But
they
it's
got
not
nothing.
like LeBron's been there. It's not like he's a Kobe. He hasn't been
No.
there his whole career.
No. I mean, I think for me, if I'm the Lakers, it's a no-brainer. I'm trading LeBron.
What?
What you say? Oh, okay, gotcha. Good old Sully.
Yeah, it's tough. They're gonna have to figure something out. That's for damn. And it's like, I don't know if people actually think this, but like the whole head coaching change, that's not gonna do shit.
No.
It's not gonna do
No.
anything.
Frank
it's
Vogel
not.
wasn't the
it's
problem.
not.
He
Frank
was a fall
Vogel. He was a figurehead. He was a puppet. He was a guy that was there to be the head coach of the Lakers, but everyone knows that he doesn't run the team. LeBron runs
Yep.
the team and stuff like that. And it's, you bring in Juwan Howard, sure, you got a new face in there, fresh face, but like, he's not going to turn you around, especially if you keep the roster. Like, it's just not. It's not realistic to think that. It's just not. And they were talking about getting Nick Nurse and stuff, and Nick Nurse is a great coach. I understand. But again, if you have Anthony Davis out for most of the year, Nick Nurse can't do anything about that. He can't. Like,
Well, funny we're having this conversation right now because it's official. The Lakers have fired Frank Vogel.
yeah.
Wow. Shocker.
He'll get a job. He'll get a job before the season starts, I think. He'll be
He's
back.
somewhere.
Whether he's
I'm
like
sure
a high
he's relieved,
assistant
to
or.
be honest with you. I'm sure he's
out there.
relieved.
I don't want to get out of there,
I,
too.
I would want to get out.
Hell yeah.
So we got the play-in games. They start tomorrow.
Yep.
Our first batch of play-in games is 7-8 games. We've got the Nets Cavs, and the winner of that game will play the Boston Celtics.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the next game we have who are the 7-8s in? It was
Timberwolves, Clippers.
Timberwolves Clippers.
Yeah.
Yeah, Clippers just getting Paul George back, looking a little better as of late with more.
What the
of
fuck happened to Kawhi this year?
ACL?
He tore his Achilles last year's
That was
playoffs. ACL. And
So he didn't play at all this year, right?
No.
He was
There were
recovering.
hopes that he'd come back, but he's not going to.
I don't think that guy wants to play, to be honest.
He wants to play in the playoffs. He loves playoff basketball. He doesn't play in the regular season, but he did tear his ACL, which is
Tough.
tough. It's a tough injury to come back from.
So
you're okay. Boston Celtics sitting at the 2 seed. How much you
They're
fear
playing
the
the
Nets?
Nets.
How
They're
much you fear the Nets?
dude, I'll be completely honest with you. I really don't fear any team. And
They
the
just steamrolled the fucking Grizzlies last night.
The Celtics, yeah. I mean, here's the thing. People were, there was a whole like race to seeding. Like this has to
Yeah.
happen for this. Blah blah blah. I'm happy they went with just
Win.
going and win.
Yeah.
Because the thing is like you go into the last game of the season thinking, oh, let's take it easy. Let's not try as much. You're just ruining the mojo, the streak that you just built the second half of the season. And like something like that, I think could carry over into the playoffs. And you just want to keep the ball rolling. So they're still hot. Tatum had 31 last. He looked unbelievable last
25
night.
in the first half.
Yeah, he had a 4-point play.
Oh, that play was nasty.
Some guy was chirping him in the front row, and when he got hit, he immediately looked at him and just started shit talking him. Love that.
Yep.
I genuinely don't feel like. Listen, if we play Brooklyn, if Brooklyn's the team we play, so be it. They have Kevin Durant. We have Jason Tatum. They have Kyrie. We have Jalen. We have Marcus. We have Horford. I'm confident that they can beat. They've proven that they can beat just about anyone, and I think that they can do that. It'll be a tough series. It's going to be a
It'll be
6-7
huge
game
that the
series.
first 2 games would be at the Garden.
And one thing too, it's tough. It's going to be really tough. But how cool would it be if the Celtics would go on to win the championship, beating the Nets, the Bucks, the Heat, and then like the Suns?
Yeah.
That's a very deserving
The
championship.
Celtics will have the hardest path to a
yeah,
championship, possibly
they would.
ever.
They would.
Possibly ever.
They
'Cause you're
would.
beating guys. They would have to beat Kevin Durant, Giannis, the Heat, which is just a deep squad of just like so many people
And
to
then
play.
the best
And then
team
best
in the
team
NBA, the Suns.
One of the
And you know what? Call me crazy. I wouldn't want it any other way. If you're gonna be the best, you got to beat the best. I don't want a clean road, bro.
Why not?
Because then it's like okay,
Why
so
not?
like so like let's-
I understand being like, okay, this team can handle the test. Why wouldn't you want a clean path? to a
because
championship?
now if you're playing again, you're kind of going back to what I'm saying. You're messing with the mojo if you're kind of going like, oh, let's play 3 or 4. Let's not try to win.
But like, if you played the Bulls versus the
It's
Nets,
much easier than the Nets. I agree, but in my mindset, we can beat.
You'd
we
have
can
to
beat
get
both
to them
teams
at some point.
well, you wouldn't have to play the Nets necessarily. You'd have to play the winner of a Bucks Nets series.
Right.
So you have to play one of them.
But I just think if you're as good as you say you are, if you're as good as you look, you should be able to beat them. So it's like I don't care if it's the Bulls or the Nets. Like bring them on, bro. Bring them on. I don't care.
Yeah.
We beat the Nets 3 times this season. The season series was 3-0.
Yeah.
You can look back on. I think Kyrie didn't play one of those games because of the whole vaccine thing. But I'm confident. I'm really confident. But I told you this. I still am going with the Suns winning the championship.
Yeah.
They're so good.
I think a Bucks
so good.
a Bucks Celtics series
That would be a 7-game series.
is going to be
But again, here we go. Bucks Celtics. Who has home court? The Celtics. And that's because they went to win
Yeah.
that game. So
Yep.
you have home court at least the first 2 rounds if you win.
Yeah.
As shitty as it would be, the Bucks. I don't know if they purposely lost yesterday or anything. I don't know if they played their guys the
Giannis
full
didn't
game.
play.
No.
But
Drew-
you know
Drew
how
Holiday?
crazy that was awesome.
Yeah.
That was awesome. But could you imagine Game 7? The Bucks could have had home court.
Yeah.
But they didn't try the last game.
Yeah.
And the Celtics deserved the home court. Yeah, I'm confident. I'm confident, dude. it's not like you have a sample size of just like 20 games or so to go off of. You had half the season that they were one of the
AJ,
best teams, if the best
You
team.
look at the team.
So-
A chance.
I feel good, man. I think they're gonna have a good run.
Yeah, I mean,
or they could lose in the first round.
this team feels a lot like the Nats in 2019 when they were really bad in the first half and then just became the best team in baseball.
Yeah.
Very team with destiny vibes to them.
And I think too, if you beat the Nets the first round, I think they'll
Confidence
make
boost.
the finals.
Yeah.
I think they make the final. I think I understand the Bucks defending champs, everything like that. I think this first round, one of the best players in the world, old Kyrie Irving, also one of the best players in the world when healthy, and former Celtic. You win that game, your confidence it's much higher than if you beat a Bucks or you beat anyone in the first round. So much higher.
And imagine for the Cavs too.
Dude, oh my
Imagine
god.
if the Cavs beat the Nets.
Exactly.
If the Cavs beat the
They
Nets,
could.
I'd be
one game.
it's one game. You never
Yeah.
know. You really never know.
You never know.
I'm very excited. I'm excited.
Will someone throw a water bottle at Kyrie?
Don't make us look bad. Don't make us look bad. Don't stereotype us. I hope not.
Yep.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
All right, Nick. Well,
Is it
looks
that
like
time?
It's that time. We've
right.
got a couple suggestions for your animal fact of the day.
All right.
Now,
What do we got?
We've got Sunny, who asked at the beginning. She asked first about the Wolverine.
What kind of Wolverine?
You know, the Wolverine.
Just the Wolverine?
Yeah, like a Wolverine.
All right.
And so I think we should go with Sunny's answer 'cause she asked first.
Hey, if you're first, you get it.
Yeah. And then 05 Silver Fox asked for Gopher facts. So maybe we'll do
Gopher.
the Gopher next week.
All right, we'll do Gopher. Somebody can subcontract the Gopher for me next week.
Yeah, maybe one of us can take the Gopher.
All
facts.
right.
But Big Nick, let's get some Wolverine facts for animal facts of the day.
All right, let me just finish this one guy. It'll take me literally 2 seconds. Give me 1 second here.
Yeah. Let's see what else is happening in the news. Yeah, Frank Vogel's officially been fired.
Be fucking relieved if I was him.
Yeah. They made a full post. Thank you, coach. And they put a photo of Frank Vogel.
Thanks for
They appreciate
helping us win a
Thank you, coach. Yeah.
Just didn't work out anymore.
Yep.
Fucking below me.
I wish the Nats fired their manager who won a World Series for us. Davey Martinez sucks. He's so bad.
You think he's still around because of that?
Oh, yeah, for sure. He definitely been carried. I mean, listen, in the 3 seasons that the Nats haven't won a championship, the team has finished 82-80 with the likes of Bryce Harper, Juan Soto, Anthony Rendon, Max Scherzer, Trey Turner, Steven Strasburg. That team won 82 games. Then they win the World Series, and then ever since the last 3 seasons, the team has finished under 500 every year. Like,
Yeah.
why
Tough,
is he?
man.
He's just bad at it. He's just not a good manager.
Yeah, but he won that championship.
He did win a championship for us.
All right, animal facts. I'm bringing it up now. I thought we were doing Wolverine.
I'm sorry, Wolverine. I misspoke.
All right.
Yeah, let's do this.
We are going to do Wolverines for animal fact of the day. Wolverines have a keen sense of smell that can detect a dead animal from 20 feet under the snow. Wolverines will dig into the burrows and kill hibernating animals. Their strong jaws can crush and eat large bones. Wolverines will refrigerate their kills in the snow. These fuckers are smart.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Couple more facts here. Let's see what we got here. Here we go. Funny you asked me, John. The Wolverines are found in remote areas in the northern hemisphere, with the majority of them in northern Canada, Alaska, and the Nordic countries of Europe, Western Russia, and Siberia. Let's see.
None around here.
Nope, none around here. We're good. Their predators are gray wolves and bears. Their lifespan is between 5 and 13 years in the wild. Wolverines have short legs, a brown rounded head with short rounded ears, and small eyes. Although the legs are short, the Wolverines have large paws that contain 5 toes. The paws also have Crampton-like claws.
What like class? Crampton?
Crampton. 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 I don't know what the hell that means.
Now, are they born with their vibranium claws, or do they come later in life?
You're a funny guy.
Yeah, they go out and get
Oh, yeah, I got you. As soon as you said came, I knew where you were going with that. All right. The adult Wolverine is about the size of a medium dog. Wolverines grow to a length of between 26 and 42 inches, has a height between 6 to 10 inches, and can weigh up to 12 to 55 pounds. The largest Wolverine to date is 77 pounds.
I'm pretty sure Hugh Jackman's bigger than that.
Gotta be.
Layup.
Layup.
All right.
Can I just say something real quick? How did Hugh Jackman get the name Huge Jacked Man?
I don't know.
I mean, he's a huge Jack man.
He's a huge Jacked
Good looking man, too.
Yeah. I mean,
Smash.
Smash.
Smash. Yeah, 100%.
All right. There is a reason why Wolverines are called skunk, bear, or nasty cat. What the fuck? The Wolverine has a potent and scent glands. Is it used to mark its territory as well as mating season, or more accurately, when seeking the company of a female Wolverine? The odor is so potent that the above-mentioned nicknames are commonly used to reference it.
Interesting.
You could say that Wolverines do clean up after other animals are done feeding. As Wolverines are scavengers, the majority of their meals are made up of carrion. This is the particular need during winter and early spring. Wolverines need carrion in a couple of ways. Sometimes they stumble upon it, and sometimes they feed on it, after other predators have had their fill and they may actually rob a predator. In some cases, the latter has resulted in the odd loss of a Wolverine. It goes to show that sometimes you really shouldn't poke the bear.
Don't do it.
I'm gonna read three more quick. I'm not gonna read the descriptions because we're already kind of running over time here. Let's see. Let me try to find some good ones here. Wolverines have natural enemies as well. Typically, a Wolverine will give up its territory should wolves arrive in its neighborhood. However, a Wolverine may defend kills against larger animals like wolves or bears. Another natural enemy of the Wolverine happens to be bears. Wolverines males form long-lasting bonds with females. Snake. Some male Wolverines will live their lives without ever having to mate. Damn, that must suck. Others will end up spending their lifetime in a long-term relationship with 2 or 3 females. Snag. Yeah, that's a snaggy move.
For some play.
That's a snaggy move. The male in this relationship will visit the female from time to time. Send
Look at
me.
me.
Do they know about each other?
I don't know. They must.
Sister wives for Wolverines.
All right, last fact of the day. There are several subspecies of Wolverines. Within the Gullo species, there are 2 subspecies, the Old World and the New World. There are probably 4 more species related to the Wolverines. One is limited to Vancouver Island in the Western Canada. Other in parts of Alaska and the peninsula. Genetic evidence points to the most of the Wolverines being in the North American region. That's what we got for Wolverine facts today.
Thank you, Sonny, for your suggestion.
Thank you,
Thank
Sonny.
you.
We're doing Gophers next week. Me and
Yep.
Matthew will take Gophers.
Yep, somebody will take over the Gophers for me.
Yep.
So I think that's all we got today. We're running a little over time here. We'll be back on Wednesday for Joke of the Day. Make sure you like and subscribe. Turn your notifications on. You know all that jazz. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.